Afro.
Stylicity.
Welcome back, y'all. Today I'll be reviewing the rad-powered RadMini 4 electric folding fat tire bike. I really like products that are well thought out from all angles, tested through iteration from customer feedback, delivering and deploying a product that actually makes sense. And with this being my first e-bike, I knew that I didn't want to go cheap. I knew I needed something to meet my non-baseline e-bike standards. I knew I wanted something that was definitely fast, very comfortable, because I love riding bikes, and at times I find myself riding bikes for hours. So comfort was definitely something that was critical. Also wanted something that was sleek, because as I'm riding, I have to look nice and dependable. I don't want to go ahead and get a nice looking e-bike that's fast, but then after a couple of miles it just breaks down on me. So I did some thorough research, and it took me a while to finally make a decision on, okay, you know what, I'm going with the rad power bike. So I'll start off by sharing some details on the bike, and then after that we'll get rad by going for a cruise. So I originally got the RadMini 4 in March of this year, 2020. This was pre-COVID-19. Nobody had an idea of what was in store for us. And I have to say, the e-bike is pretty rad, man. I mean, it is a fun e-bike, well-designed, fast, comfortable, and smooth. Whenever I'm actually cruising with this bike, I get a lot of looks. I mean, there are a lot of people that just can't stop looking back, breaking their necks. Just check out my e-bike, and this bike is very sleek. Then again, it really depends on which accessories you get to get it to look like mine, right? So this is definitely a good e-bike, as I mentioned, and the fastest I've actually gone on the RadMini is about 20 miles per hour, which is the max you can actually go with the built-in governor. So looking at the bike, you see the standard rad LED headlight. It is very bright when you look at it, especially for the first time. Nighttime, oh man, it does a good job illuminating the environment, especially as you're moving at 10 to 20 miles per hour. I have to say, I love fat tire bikes. I mean, looking at the 20-inch by 3.3-inch puncture-resistant Kenda K-Shield integrated tire. Apparently, these tires are made from a layer of aramid and ceramic particles inside the tire under the thread. The liner provides an extra protection against punctures from thorns, glass, and other small materials that you could end up, rolling over as you peruse through the streets or through the friendly neighborhood. The RST suspension fork provides a very nice suspension as you ride, and I've taken this e-bike off-road, and it does a really good job with keeping the actual stability of the bike from a suspension perspective firm. Again, I love biking, so from an e-bike perspective, I put the e-bike to test. And when it comes to putting it to test, this e-bike actually comes with Tektro Aries MD M300 brake calipers and Tektro 180 millimeter front and rear brake rotors. The actual brake system on this bike is really good. One of the cool things I already mentioned about this bike is that the handlebar is adjustable, so you can raise or lower the handlebar stem to your desired comfort level and take advantage of the folded hinge to make the RadMini 4 as small as possible for storage purposes. This is what it looks like when folded. It folds at the handlebar, and the other folding mechanism is at the mid area of the bike. So it certainly has a robust hinge mechanism. So the primary folding hinge comes with multiple safety redundancies to help prevent accidental unlatching and ensure the RadMini feels solid and secure when locked properly. People really love this folding mechanism because it provides flexibility when traveling or wanting to ride around different areas. I think it's all right. Definitely a cool feature. There's so many things I like about this bike, and I'll just keep going. I really like the reflective sidewall stripping. It is extremely durable with a total reflective surface for better visibility for the rider, especially at night. There are times where, I get rad, and before I know it, it's getting dark, and I'm heading back home, and it's probably gonna take me around 20 to 30 minutes to get home, and by the time I'm 10-15 minutes away from my house, it's already dark. And that reflective surface is really another safety layer to have when riding around people who are driving in cars. The other thing I like about this bike, the fenders. The fenders are really nice. If you're actually gonna get this bike, I don't know if the bike will look as cool without the fenders. That's just my opinion, because the fenders actually go really well with the bike. I can't imagine a bike without fenders. It just doesn't look as sleek. The integrated brake light is powered using the main battery pack and features the brake light functionality that is activated anytime the brakes are applied. The battery that comes with the bike is a 48 volt, 14 amp per hour or 672 watt hour with lithium, nickel, manganese, cobalt, Samsung 35E cells rated for 800 charge cycles. This is pretty good. If you don't know what a charge cycle is, it's basically the beginning of having to charge the actual battery and the discharge of the battery, the depleting of that energy. So you charge and you discharge, that's one cycle. You charge and discharge, that's two cycles. So 800 charge cycles, which is basically the life cycle of the battery. The seat that comes with this bike is the Velo plush seat, which is very comfortable and easily adjustable to your height. After going rad for over an hour, trust me, you definitely are going to appreciate the seat that you have here. One opportunity for improvement is the size of the pedal. The pedals on this bike are a bit small for me. I'm thinking about upgrading to another type of pedal, bigger, wider, something more comfortable for my feet. This is the mid area I mentioned earlier where the bike folds. I've noticed people really like this feature, as I mentioned earlier, because if you're a hardcore biker or e-rider, you can fold this bike, put it in your trunk, drive downtown or drive wherever you want to go, unfold it, unhinge, lock it, and you're good to go. With this bike, you have a 7-speed Shimano SL TX57R thumb shifter, which gives you a wider range of gearing at your disposal, resulting in more torque for treacherous uphill climbs while maintaining pedal authority at top speed. In the beginning, when you first get this bike and start riding, you will notice the torque, and then after a while you get used to it, and man oh man, you are going to fall in love with this bike. The half twist grip throttle gives you an ease in movement on the bike, which basically gives you, at the flick of your wrist, 750 watts of power on demand. So electronic wise, I'll share a couple more things and go ahead and go on a cruise here. The charger that comes with the bike is a 48 volt 2 amp rad power bike smart charger, which operates on both 110 volt and 230 volt alternate current power outlets. The bike comes with a 48 volt 750 watt controller with a backlit LCD with charge indicator, speedometer, odometer, trip odometer, pedal assist, watt meter, and more. The hub motor is a 750 watt brushless Bafang geared hub motor with 80 Newton meters of torque with 5x1 planary gear reduction. The pedal assist is an intelligent 5-level pedal assist modality with 12 magnet cadence sensors. When you try to pedal assist for the first time, it feels like a very interesting experience because you are barely pedaling and it just goes. Definitely a really neat technological functionality here. And wow, can't forget about the bell. Oh, the bell. I love to ring that bell whenever I want. The cable management on this product is legit. When I say cable management, I mean wiring. It's nicely organized with water-resistant connectors and wiring harness. Did you know this bike comes with a 5-volt 1-amp USB port? Because if you didn't, now you know. Ride-wise, this bike is legit, and the brake is very, very responsive. Let's just say I get rad several times a week. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Afro.
Stylicity.